Shalom, Apostle Harkin, I'm back at you with this truth, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this video, Christianity is a Hell of a Drug. And I came up with this topic, the name of the topic, because of this recent situation with Amber Geiger being sentenced to 10 years. And the judge that presided over that case is Tammy Kemp, who hugged this Edomite woman like a mother would hug their own daughter or son, and gave the woman a Bible, even opened up the Bible as a picture of her opening the Bible and leading her to so-called, Jesus, which is the so-called white man. And that's why, like I said, I gave this the title, Christianity is a Hell of a Drug. If you try to deal with a Christian, you're going to have a hard way to go, because they're bugged out in the fucking mind. They're completely bugged out. Any Israelite that's a Christian should be in an insane asylum, because you're not sound in the mind. You're bugged the fuck out. And anytime you get a Christian that come up that try to debate you with the scriptures, you want to hope that they go down the street, because nothing's gonna come of that, man. Let me deal with the word insane asylum, because that's what the Christian, American Christian church is. When I say Christian, I'm talking about Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, Episcopalian. Let me go to the word insane asylum. What the hell? Okay, insane. First of all, let me look up the word insane. Insane. Insane in the membrane. You look up the word insane. Okay, here we go. Insane. In a state of mind which prevents normal perception, behavior, or social interaction, seriously mentally ill. Okay, does insane mean crazy? Definition of insane: exhibiting a severely disordered state of mind. That's Jake is the majority of Jake in this society is mentally insane, affected with mental illness. Law affected with insanity, criminally insane. Yeah, well, y'all criminally insane. That's is a crime, because it's a sin. Unable to think in a clear or sensible way. Crazy, insane, with jealousy not used technically. Insane, Merriam-Webster online dictionary. Insane. Adjective. Exhibiting a severely disordered state of mind, affected with mental illness. Low, affected with insanity. Unable to think in a clear, and I've read that before, used by typical of or intending for mentally ill people. So when you go to the church, you basically entering an insane asylum. You know, the only thing that they're missing is the straight jackets and the padded rooms. And like going back to Tammy Kemp that hugged this Edomite woman because she murdered one of her own kind. She doesn't see that. She doesn't see that. She believes she and her mentor is some old Edomite that died back in 2004. He was a judge, and I believe when you read one of the articles, I'm not going to even go into it. She said her mentor from elementary school was this old crusty Edomite, so looked like a so-called Jew, Rudolph Hargrave, which sounds like a so-called either German or so-called Jew, but this is a pasty red Edomite that she looked up to and wanted to be like. So her love, you know, her love, it was for Esau. You know, I don't think you can find any case that she presided over where she is hugging some Jake that maybe shot another Jake. I don't think she's not going to lead him to Jesus. You know, when I say Jesus, I'm talking about Caesar Borgia. And I fully understand why the Most High is going to take out 2/3 of our people. Because they're not right in the mind. They're insane in the membrane. They're not sound. This is like the worst thing that you can get into, Christianity. And ironically, the majority of Israelite men and women, the majority of them, I'll say 90%, I'm just throwing a number out, 90% of them or more came out of a Christian church. So we are hurting you bugged out Christians out there, because people are coming from all of us was in one part of another, one time or another part of some Christianity bullshit. And by the way, for you dummies out there, the Christian church is not the mark of the beast, because if that was the case, anybody that's an Israelite now that used to be a Christian, we're not gonna make it. Anyway, let me look up the word sound. The best thing you could do if somebody come up with some Christianity nonsense is ignore them. But they got demons on them, and they're all possessed with demons. They're all possessed with demons. Okay, that's a heavy demon. A Christianity demon is on you. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, I got a couple of scriptures. Yeah, I had one precept in mind, but I wanted to see how many times this word comes up, the word sound. Okay, let's go to oh, by the way, the picture that you see is Tammy Kemp surrounded by a bunch of Edomite women, a couple other Jakes whose undying love is for Esau and the system, and they will take the chip. Tammy will take the chip. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, it says in 1 Timothy 1, I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place because I didn't set up any scriptures or anything. I mean, I got a couple of scriptures in mind, and I got a couple of scriptures that are written down, but I'm just gonna go with the Spirit, see where the Spirit sends me. Anyway, it says in 1 Timothy 1 verse 10, and the only reason why you should have any discussion with a Christian is to maybe you think there might be a hope for him to come out of it, because like I said, the majority of Israelites come out of the church. So that's a miracle from the Most High that took that demon off of you and opened up your eyes and put a righteous spirit on you. But if you see talking to some bugged out Christian, and you can see he can't look. I got like a perfect example is G-Man. G-Man is completely bugged out of his mind. That dude is a complete bug out. I asked him a question. I did a video. I forget where it's at. You got to find it. Anyway, I asked him, having blonde hair a blessing? He said, yeah. That's what he said. So he's as black as he is. He loves Esau, man. He loves sweet Jesus. He loves the so-called white man. And the white man don't love him because Vocab can't stand him. Vocab don't want him around. And when Vocab came out to the camp, after they left, I guess Vocab sensed that G-Man was coming. After they left, they went around the corner. G-Man came around, and it was, the timing was perfect. He came around right when Vocab was leaving, because Vocab don't like him. Vocab looks at him as bugged out, and you should take notes on that, man. That this man don't like you. They kick you out of the shield squad, man. And you told me that you spent $75 to come from New Jersey on an Uber to come out there to meet with us, to get with Vocab, and Vocab timed it. Because he's like, we gotta go. Because this guy gotta catch his plane or whatever the hell he said. He don't like you, man. And the other dudes around him know that. So it's time. It's high time for you to wake up out of sleep, G-Man. It says, I'm sorry, 1 Corinthians 15 verse 22. I'm sorry, 52. I'm sorry. It says, in a moment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm wrong scripture. 1 Timothy 1 verse 10. For whoremongers. Now, what is a whoremonger? What is a whoremonger? That means you sleep with prostitute. Nope. A whoremonger is a pimp. It says for whoremongers, and that includes spiritual whoremongers. You pastors and ministers of these churches, you're whoremongers, man. You're spreading that demonic Christianity to them people. You're selling that stuff to them. For whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for man stealers. What's a man stealer? Wait a minute, we got to start using this scripture. What is a man stealer? How in the fuck are you gonna follow the slave master's Christianity when he went over there to the other side of the world, grabbed you up, and brought you over here to America and whipped your backs and put you out in the field, which is nothing but a fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28 chapter, and he gave you he gave you Jesus. He gave you Jesus. He gave you pastors. And here it is. We're going back to the 1700s, 16, 17, 1800s up until now. 400 plus years or so. And here you niggas is still going to fucking church with sweet Edomite Jesus in your church. You got to be out your fucking mind. And that's why the Most High is going to take your asses out. Anyway, it says here, I just want to look up that word, men stealers. All right, men stealers. Let's see what that means. Andrapodistas. Andra meaning man. It says that the meaning is a slave dealer. That's what I'm thinking about, the so-called white man. A slave. So your religion, your Christianity, you got it from your slave master. And I call it plantation Christianity. It's a slave dealer, kidnapper. Even vocab said that if you are in the law of the Most High, if you kidnap somebody, the sentence is death. And I'm gonna read that. It says kidnapper, man stealer, of one who unjustly reduces free men to slaves, and that's what you did. And that's what you devils, you Edomites, are gonna pay for, man. Of one who steals the slaves of others and sells them. Boy, now this topic is getting a little deep, man. And this points to you. That's why you got these Edomite Christians coming out saying, you got these black Hebrew Israelites and they are the devil. Their doctrine comes from the pit of hell. Man, you the motherfucking devil, man. And look, when the time comes, ain't gonna be no hugging no Edomites, man. So I'm getting mad right now. What could you motherfuckers in fucking slavery, man? No, fuck you up every day except the Sabbath. So let's go to where's that? Exodus. My blood pressure just went up. I believe it's Exodus 21:16. Let's find out. I'm positive. Exodus 21. And that's in the New Testament. It says, Exodus 21 verse 16, and he that stealeth a man stealer, and selleth him, and that's what you did, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So a lot of you are going to be put to death, then you're going to come back, and then you're going to be born again. And the beautiful thing is when the kingdom comes, you Edomites, when you're born into the world, you're going right into slavery. We're going to shackle your ass up as soon as you come out your mother's womb. We're going to work your little ass in the field. And that's why there's this one article that said that the Israelites is a major threat, and the worst group called us terrorists, all that. And then what do we have? We out there on the corners reading out of the Bible. That's all you got on us. That's all you got on us. That's why it's stupid when you got Israelite groups going out to the shooting range. Because what they do is they paint a picture. They'll say, see, all of them go out there. They got guns and they're getting ready to kill white people. They're busting doors and so forth. Well, no, the only thing we have is the scriptures. And we teach out the scriptures and we show you out the scriptures. Then you have Edomites, surprisingly, that agree. The ones that bow down and kiss them brothers' feet. They say, oh, no, this makes sense, man. I feel guilty now. Whose foot can I kiss? Anyway, let's go back. Okay, so it says the definition for
Strong's G405. Andropodistace. Andropodistace.
Andropodistace. Andra means man. Podistace means stealer, the stealer of man. And you can look that up. You can look that up. So now let's go back. Let's go back over here. Okay, it says 1 Timothy 1 verse 10, for whoremongers, pimps, for them that defileth themselves with mankind, for man stealers, slave owners, auctioning blocks. So that's talking about you, Esau. For liars, for perjured persons, liars, false accusers. A perjured person is a liar, somebody that falsely accuses somebody, and that's what the words devil means. Diablos, which goes back to false accuser, and that's what you are. It says, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine. Sound doctrine. Sound doctrine. Christianity is not, their doctrine is not sound. It's the evil doctrine. Okay, it says here in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Anybody in Christianity is not, they're bugged out. Any Jake in Christianity is bugged out of their damn mind. And they should have a straight jacket put on them and put in a goddamn padded room and be analyzed by doctors. But the Most High is not going to do that. He ain't going to put you in a padded cell with a straight jacket on. He going to kill you. He going to destroy you because you're no damn good. What good is it to have Christians in the kingdom of heaven? They're bugged out. We're going to have a righteous kingdom, not a kingdom of bug outs and insane people. 2 Timothy 1 verse 13, hold fast the form of sound words. What does the word sound mean? I see this is going to be a long video. If I don't want to make this too long. I want to hit to the point and keep it moving. Okay, sound.
Strong's G 5198. Hugiaino.
Which means to be sound, to be well, to be in good health. Of Christians. Now, Christians are really Israelites, believers of Yahweh Shai, whose opinions are free from any mixture of error. So Christians read the same book that we read out of. As a matter of fact, they're knocking the King James. Oh, the King James is not accurate. And the reason why they're doing that, because most Israelites deal out the King James. It says a Christian or Israelite whose opinions are free from any mixture of error. So what do these Israelites have that are part of these churches? They have a mixture of error. They'll understand that that the Lord originally had 12 disciples. They'll read about Moses and King David and so forth, and about the Israelites and the end of the world for you prophetic churches, which none of these black churches deal with prophetic. It's mostly Edomite churches. These Edomite that have maybe gone to some seminary school and did some studying, and they know that this world is coming to an end. It says of one who keeps the graces and is strong. It says of Christians, Israelites, whose opinions are free from any mixture of error. So there's all kind of errors in your American Christianity, your plantation Renaissance Christianity, and the plantation Christianity came from the Renaissance Christianity, where Esau came over there with the scriptures, and they said everything is white. Yeah, this there's a lot you can this subject alone, boy. You can go. I got all kind of precepts in my head. I got some stuff written down. I got stuff in front of me, but I don't want to make this like a 3-hour sit down. You see. Anyway, okay. It says here in 2 Timothy 4 verse 3, is for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. That's why these churches are filled up, because you know what churches do. A lot of churches they'll on the front of their church. Some of them do it. If it's not written on the front of their church, the pastor would teach it. They basically, come as you are. That's why you have people of the LGBTQ community that is part of the church. Anytime you pass a church, go pass by a church and has a rainbow-colored flag, that means that they accept people of the LGBTQ community. And so you're going to be sitting next to people. You might be sitting next to a woman, but that person might be a transvestite, or the pastor might be a gay woman. And that show you that this truth is not for Esau. Anyway, let me find this. Okay, but heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Let me look up that word, itching.
Strong's G 2833. Natho.
To scratch, tickle, make, to itch. Desirous of hearing something pleasant. Well, I'm not gonna be an Israelite because they're too hard. They're too straight. And I ain't damn sure coming up under Elder Apostle Tahar, because he's too mean. Yeah, an Elder Apostle Tahar and a GMS don't let women in. And you know what? If you bring women into this thing, it'll be nothing but confusion, man. All kind of adultery going on. And there was one day we had the school up there in Connecticut, and I said, look, we had a council, we kicking all the women out. So we had the meeting, look, you women are not invited to the school no more. And about half of the congregation of men had a problem with that. And that half that had a problem with it, guess what? They're back in the world. Some of them are dead. Some of them are dead. That's a sifting process. Desirous of hearing something pleasant. Now, what should come to mind? Let's see. Let's see. Bear with me for a minute, because I want to bring it up. Okay, Isaiah, the 30th chapter, and I'll go right to the point. Let me jump up a couple of verses. I'll start at 7. Isaiah 30 verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. The strength is to sit still, Now go write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people. It's talking about Israelites. So the Most High concluded that Israel is rebellious people, lying children. And that's why the Lord called them wicked scribes and Pharisees, them wicked Jews, a bunch of devils, because they were acting just like Esau. Children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Now in the church, what do they teach? The law is done away with. It says, which say to the seers, which another word for prophets, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit, lie to us. And that's what goes on in these churches. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. They don't want the Most High. They don't want the Most High because he's a so-called black man. They don't want the Son. They don't want Yahushua. They don't want to say Yahushua. They want to say sweet Jesus. And this is the reason why this woman, Judge Tammy, I was going to say Tammy Faye Baker, she's dead. Tammy Kemp hugged that woman and gave her a Bible, because to be a judge, and I said this in the previous video, to be a judge, you have to have a logic mind. You can't be an idiot, and you can't be insane. So she has two minds. She has two minds. She has the mind of a judge that's logical, dealing with laws and facts and evidence. But then she has another mind. She has a split personality. You know, because she's looking at this woman. She doesn't know. She's called out a Christian, so she should know who an Edomite is. But then she hugs the Edomite, and she gives the Edomite the scriptures, and she's calling herself leading this Edomite, Amber Geiger, to Jesus. And that Jesus that she's leading her to is the white Jesus, the Edomite, the red Jesus. So you got Jakes that are completely out of their mind, man. And these Jakes that go to seminary school and they study, they're worse than they're just as bad as the ones that go to these little corner storefront churches. They're all, anybody that's in Christianity is bugged out. Know that. Write it down. Put it in your mental Rolodex. If you run up on somebody, or somebody, you in the camp and a Christian come up, you know you're dealing with a bugged out person. You're dealing with a bugged out person. You're dealing with somebody with two minds. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. In the book of James. I believe that's James 1, but I'm not going to go to it. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? Let me go to Isaiah. Isaiah. And all churches, all members of churches, in my opinion, well, all of them, let me take that in my opinion. All people of churches, if they're part of the Christian church, when the mark is instituted, guess what? They're all going to take it. And your pastor is going to lead you to taking it. Okay, Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65. A prophecy is a take. Oh, another thing, prophecies. The so-called black church, they don't deal with prophecies. They stay away from the book of Revelation. They stay away from the book of Daniel. They stay away from the book of Ezekiel. They stay away from all those prophetic books, because they don't know prophecy, because they don't know the book. Anyway, I'm in Isaiah 65 and 1. Let me jump around a little bit. Okay, let me start at 1. I was going to start at 2. It says, Isaiah 65:1. I am sort of them, and then I'm going to get ready to close. It says that I am sort of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. Because at one time, Israelites didn't seek the Most High. This is these Gentiles, that Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, but now they're seeking Him. And everybody that came was a part of the church that went from the church into being an Israelite. We were all Gentiles. Mentally, we were all Gentiles. We didn't go around calling ourselves Israelites. It says, and said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name. So what is that talking about? You go to Romans 9, was that Romans 9, 23, 24, then you go to, which is a quote, Paul quoted Hosea and Hosea 1, that we would not call, and at one time we would not call the people of Israel. So now here we are, we woke up to the fact that we're Israelite, and the world doesn't acknowledge us to be Israelites. It says, and they're losing, Esau's losing sleep, especially the scholars and the elite. They know they're going down. They know that a chain is waiting for their ass in the kingdom. It says, Isaiah 65 verse 2, I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people. All these different camps, and I'm not just talking about GMS. I'm extending it to all these alphabet camps that mainly came out of One West, because the truth came out of One West, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. That's why they go to this church. That's why Judge Tammy Kemp hugged Amber Geiger when she killed. Look, man, that was murder, brother. In my opinion, and they have the information. They were, in my opinion, they were having an affair. He didn't want to deal with the bitch no more, and she's like, "Look, I'm gonna kill this nigga, and I'm a cop, and I'm gonna make it seem like an accident." It said, I spread out, and I could be wrong. It says, I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good. Whether it be Christianity, Islam, the Moors, Kemet, just being a Negro, you know. After, and they rebellious. They're all rebellious. If you haven't come into Israel, you're rebellious, man. And the Most High is going to cause you to take that chip, and He's going to put you to sleep. After their own thoughts, a people that provoke me to anger continually to my face. That's why the Most High is going to take out the majority of our people. He's gonna. What did He do down to at the Bahamas? He took them motherfuckers out. Took out babies, pregnant women, old people, and sacrifices in gardens. And the gardens, when you go into a church that's built from ground up, the way the ceiling is like a dome-shaped ceiling, where you have these like pillars that kind of cross each other. That represents the groves. The groves is when you go out into the woods, how the branches overlock each other, and that's what that is. That's the groves, because what they were doing back in the ancient world, Israelites were sneaking out in the woods, and they were worshiping other gods. It says sacrifice in gardens, and burneth incense upon altars of rock. They were burning incense to these other gods, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine flesh. Now, in order for you to be a Christian, you gotta eat pig, you gotta eat pork, you gotta eat shrimp, you gotta eat all that stuff, because well, hold up. The proof is Vocab Malone. He did a video saying that the Lord said you can eat anything, which that's a goddamn lie. But he's the devil. He's supposed to do that. And broth of abominable things. What's abominable? Shrimp, lobster, eel, catfish. What else do these demons eat? Pork pork is number one on the list. Detestable things is in their vessels, which I am holier than thou. And that's what they teach. These old black women, these old crusty black women that wear all white. They'll wear those white nurse shoes and all white. And that's a whole nother scripture. That's what is that? Ezekiel the 13th chapter. Where the Most High in essence said he gonna slap them white, those bonnets that they have, he gonna smack them off their head, and not so many words. It says, and them old, forget about the old. The Lord spoke about putting new wine in the old bottle. So you ain't gonna get too many old decrepit people holding posts or coming into Israel. Them old 75, 80-year-old, they're not gonna come into Israel, man. Now, if they were in Israel as a young man or woman and got old, then they're Israelites up until their death. But you ain't gonna get no old ass Christians coming into Israel. You know, that's rare. It says these are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. It says, you know what? I don't want to read the whole chapter. Let me jump down to the 11th verse. Let me jump down to the 11th verse. It said, but ye are they that forsake the Lord because you're following the white man. And that act of Judge Tammy Kemp hugging as a mother would hug their daughter or their son in love and complete overwhelming love, unstoppable love, and having a Bible right there at the desk leading her to sweet Jesus. That shows you right there that number one, she's insane, she's out of her fucking mind, and she loves the devil. And her mentor, that old devil Rudolph Handgrave or whatever his name is, I showed you the picture of him earlier. She has she thinks in her mind, when she prays, she pictures Caesar Borgia. All right, she pictures the Most High as a so-called white man. She pictures that when she goes into the kingdom of heaven, she will be a white woman, just like Uncle Ruckus. Remember the episode? Uncle Ruckus goes to heaven and he turns into a white man. And at the pearly gates, he meets Ronald Reagan, that devil. It says 11 verse, Isaiah 65 verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget. That's why we don't give a fuck about them, man. Them motherfuckers in the Bahamas or Barbados or whatever. It was a couple months ago. We don't give a damn about them because what? I looked up their religion, and their religion is what, more than 95% Christianity, man. It said that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, that's Esau, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword. The Most High is going to kill you. You're going to kill men, Ezekiel 9:4. You're going to kill men, women, children, and women. And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. And how's the Most High calling? When we go out there on the highways and the byways. And it's not just us. It's the other groups that stem from One West. Like I said earlier, the truth came out of One West. Individuals like High Priest Ariyah, King Mashar, Elder Yaquab, and then you even had others like Yeshaya, Lahab, Shah, Gazak, that were part of the hierarchy that was teaching us, man. It says, I spake, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. The Lord doesn't delight in this woman, this judge, hugging up on a damn Edomite. Okay, it says, I'm going to close on this one. There, 13 verse, Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore thus saith the Most High, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall hunger. Behold, that's why we're not worrying about what's going to happen, because the Most High is going to provide. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, 14 verse, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Oh, and the 15 verse, I got to read that. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my, in other words, we're not Israelite. You take that name back. It says, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. They're saying, no, we're not Israelites. We're Christians. We're Gentiles. And, they love Esau and all that. It says, for the Lord the Most High shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. In other words, at one time, we didn't know that we were Israelites, and the Most High said, okay, you're Israelites. So we woke up to the fact, I would bring all things to your remembrance, though you once knew this. It said that he who blesses him in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the Most High of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, that's the kingdom, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. There's going to be, now I'm thinking about Job, there's going to be a time where you're going to look for where Esau, and you ain't going to see Esau, because we're going to bust their ass for a certain period of time, and then we're going to do away with them. Obadiah 1 verse 18. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom, and it's on to the next one. Shalom. Remember, anytime you run into a Christian, they bugged out. You get, you shouldn't even be with your family, man. Your only family you should be with is your immediate family, your wife and your children. If your brother doesn't believe, try to stay away from him, all right? If your sister don't believe, try to stay away. I ain't spoke to my family in years, man. The only time I hear from them is when somebody dies, And my sister died, about 2 years ago, and they said, you coming to the future? I said, no, I can't. I'm not gonna make it. And after that, they ain't called me back. Oh, when Apostle Gabar's mother died, he didn't go down there because she was out of state, and he basically couldn't make it, but he didn't come, and his sister disowned him, man. Because he didn't go to his mother's funeral. But we look at death differently than the way you look at death, man. It ain't no big thing. She's in the spirit world. We're gonna see it. You're gonna see her again. But what they teach you in church is, and then you're not supposed to go to where in the scriptures did it say that when Saul died they had the viewing of the body? Where does it say in the scriptures when David died they had everybody came out to view the body of David? No, you didn't go. If anybody died, it was the immediate family. If a woman dies, her husband buries her, or if a woman dies, her father buries her. The family, the immediate family buries that person. Not go to church and that's what they do in churches. They put dead bodies in churches. Well, their whole spirit is dead anyway. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom, and it's on to the next one.